Welcome back, guys. This is a new what if, and I'm going to name it "What if Naruto took his ninja ways seriously?" I have thought, for a long time. What if Naruto wasn't knuckleheaded and he actually took his ninja ways seriously and he studied as a kid and he trained a lot. And I thought I should make a what if on what I think would happen. So let's get right into it. Naruto, as a young kid, already knew what he wanted to become a Hokage to show to everyone that he's worthy of their respect and their acknowledgement. And Naruto went to the library a lot because he wanted to fulfill his dream of becoming a ninja as quick as possible. Naruto here will graduate early, for example, like Kakashi a year after the academy started. Naruto is 6 when he wanted to do this, so he studies for a whole 2 years. He studies a lot, he learns chakra control. He asks the third Hokage, "Hey, old man, give me some scrolls since I want to learn how to do ninjutsu." And the Hokage is like, "First you need to learn chakra control, my boy." And he's like, "I have already learned it from books. Look, I can walk on the wall." And Naruto walks on the wall, and the third Hokage is really impressed. And he gives Naruto the Shadow Clone Jutsu because he knows Naruto has a lot of chakra, and he wants to see what Naruto can do. So Naruto does the Shadow Clone Jutsu in, let's say, 2 weeks because he's still a kid. And he shows the Hokage, and the Hokage is impressed. And then Naruto asks the Hokage, "Hey, old man, can I know what chakra nature I have?" And Naruto and the third Hokage is like, "How do you know about chakra natures already?" And Naruto's like, "I've been spending the past year in the library just learning because I want to become a ninja as soon as possible." And Heroes then realizes that Naruto stopped pulling pranks at the age of 5 and wasn't really seen out much. And last time one of the armies told him where he was in the library, and the army never reported again if Naruto was anywhere else except for eating at Ichiraku ramen. So the third Hokage decides, "Okay, kid, here, this paper, just try to put your chakra into it." Naruto puts his chakra into it, and it says, no, it doesn't say, it splits in two, and the two papers, you know what happens when you have lightning release, because I'm going to give him 3 nature releases now, because Naruto has been learning a lot, so he knows water style, he has water release, lightning release, and wind release. And the third Hokage is really impressed by how such a young kid has 3 nature releases already, and he decides to give Naruto a headband himself. So Naruto is already a ninja from before he even started the academy, because he showed them that he can do better than any other. He wasn't a prodigy, but he was a hard worker and a fast learner. So Naruto already knows a Jonin technique, the Shadow Clone Jutsu. I think it was B, right? I'm pretty sure it's B, right? Yeah, it's B, right? Yeah. So Naruto knows that, and the third Hokage is like, "Okay, I will get someone that knows lightning release and wind release. And Naruto is still a kid, yeah. So there are people who have different nature releases that can teach him. For example, Asuma can teach him wind release. Kakashi lightning release. Kakashi has all 3 nature releases. I think all 5. And Kakashi will be teaching him water and lightning release. So first he goes to Asuma, and Asuma teaches him how to use lightning release. And then Asuma is really impressed by him. You're really strong, kid. You're really strong, Naruto. You will become a great ninja one day." Naruto is like, "For really?" And then Asuma is like, "I believe in you." And Naruto is really happy that someone believes in him, and so he goes back to the third Hokage to report that he has learned how to add wind release to a little sword that look like Shisui's. And the third Hokage already knew, already saw the sword. Shisui used to use the sword. Same with Itachi. And he thought maybe one day he will, if Naruto ever is able to use fire release, he will allow him to train with Shisui. But that's pretty much impossible. That's what he thinks. Until one day Naruto, after his training, goes back to the library and reads about fire release. And after he finishes his training with Kakashi, he has learned the basics of the Chidori, and he has learned the basics of the water dragon jutsu. Kakashi taught him these because he thought Naruto was really strong, and he knew that he's the fourth Hokage's son. So he's like, I'm going to teach him the best jutsus ever. So so Naruto knows a lot of jutsus now, and not too many, or a few. So he knows the wind, air palm, the water shockwave, because Kakashi went ham. The lightning blade, not Chidori, the basics of the Chidori, the basics of the water dragon jutsu. So he can make a smaller version of the water dragon jutsu, and like his Chidori is not as strong, but it's pretty strong enough to, let's say, it's getting level, like start, like let's say his one is just a bit weaker than half. So the strength of his Chidori is half of the strength of Sasuke's Chidori in the Chunin exams. I know it might sound like a lot, a strong Chidori, but it's not. So then Naruto says, look, I can even add wind release to my, lightning release to my sword to make it to shock people, and I can add water release to make my sword sharper. So Naruto shows him a skill that he made himself. So if he's long range with the sword, he can just swipe his sword, and then let's say needles of water come out of the sword when he's using water release on it, and the needles are pretty sharp, and they go through a wall into the outside, and then they become just like raindrops. And the third Hokage is really impressed by this skill, and he's like, I've never seen anything like this kid. So he decides he sees that Naruto doesn't have much taijutsu finesse, and he doesn't have much sword skills. So he decides to let him he calls up Shisui, and Shisui comes in no time using body flicker and says, hey Shisui, can you teach this Naruto how to use his sword? And Shisui's like, yeah, sure, but does he know how to use fire release? He's like, no, I just want you to teach him how to use the sword properly, a bit of skills. And he's like, Shisui's like, it's okay, oh, that's fine. And Naruto's like, fire release, I've read about it, I don't know if I can do it, but can I try? And then fire, no, let's not do that. Naruto thinks to himself, fire release, I've read a bit about it. And Shisui starts training him. This is like literally a year before the Uchiha massacre and Shisui is dead. Shisui trains him for, let's say, 8 months. And Naruto on the 3rd month sees Shisui using a bit of fire release, and he's like, I will be using fire release, and you can use any of your releases. You can use water release, wind release, or fire or lightning release. And Naruto's like, I want to try fire release too. And now Naruto just thinks of fire with his chakra turning into fire. And let's say his fire, he starts using a bit of fire release, but his fire is orange. Let's say the fox saw how Naruto is starting to grow as already being able to do this many skills, and he's like, let me help this kid out, because he's starting to like Naruto a bit more. So this what if will be a bit like what if Naruto befriended Kurama early, because he might, in this what if he may be able to friend Kurama early, but of course he doesn't have the key, so he can't let him out. But Kurama tries to give him a bit of his chakra, so Naruto uses the orange fire and starts fighting Shisui with the skills he has. Shisui is really impressed by this, but what he really notices about that fire is not that it's orange, it's that its heat is way stronger than his strongest fireball. And he says, hey Naruto, stop right here and try to swing your sword into that tree. And Naruto does it, and it literally vaporizes the tree. And Shisui is dumbfounded. He's like, wow, this kid, he knows, is he a prodigy? And then Naruto, he said that under his breath, but Naruto still heard it. He's like, I'm no prodigy, I just study in the library. And Shisui like, wow, for you to become this good just by studying in the library, that's amazing. And then Shisui tells the third Hokage that Naruto can now use fire release, but his fire release is orange. And the third Hokage is a bit worried about that, not only because Naruto, he's proud of Naruto for learning this when he releases, but nature releases, but he's kind of worried that Naruto is using orange fire. And what does he remember from the color orange? Not only his clothes, but the nine-tailed fox, because the nine-tailed fox has orange fur. And he's like, maybe the Naruto has befriended the Nine-Tails and using his chakra, or maybe the Nine-Tails trying to give the Naruto his chakra because he wants to weaken the seal. So he tells Shisui to keep an eye on his orange fire, and maybe that could be the Nine-Tails trying to break out. But Shisui is like, I don't feel any malicious intent in that fire though, that's the thing. And the first Hokage now really believes that the Nine-Tails is trying to help Naruto or something. So the third Hokage is like, Shisui, you will train Naruto for another 5 months, which will equal to 8 months. And Shisui is like, that's fine. So Naruto will learn the Fire Phoenix Jutsu, the substitution jutsu with the crows, the body flicker. He has mastery over the body flicker. He's literally like a Shisui junior. And then the 8 months pass, and Shisui says goodbye to Naruto. This will be our last training session. And on this day, Itachi was there too, and he wanted to see this last training session because Shisui was telling him about Naruto's progress. And Itachi is like, okay, I want to see how Naruto fights. And Shisui allows him and says, okay, Naruto, today you will be fighting not only me but Itachi. First you fight Itachi and then me. And then Naruto is like, okay, hello Itachi. And then, hello Mr. Itachi. And Itachi is like, Itachi just Itachi is fine. And Itachi sees how good and skilled Naruto is. Naruto did learn a bit of Genjutsu too, not ocular Genjutsu, just physical Genjutsu, like setting. It's like a small Kotomatsukami, just that he can manipulate the ground. It's a really strong Genjutsu, to be honest. To be honest, like Kotomatsukami 2.0, he can not Tsukiyomi 2.0, because he can just make the ground into spikes that pierce through the enemy. And Naruto doesn't need to go to the academy, so he's not put in Team 7 this time. So the training session finishes. Naruto's taijutsu is still lacking a bit, and Naruto says goodbye to Shisui, and Shisui will give his last report to the third Hokage and this is around the time Shisui will die. And Naruto will find out because he won't be able to see he will usually, when he doesn't train with Shisui, he at least sees him around, he says hi to him, but after his death he won't be able to, and he will ask him. And Naruto until he's 8, Naruto is training. So basically there are 4 months before he becomes 8, and Naruto trains with Might Guy in Taijutsu because his Taijutsu is lacking. Might Guy teaches him how to use the gates and how to become a strong taijutsu user. So Naruto not only knows how to use ninjutsu, genjutsu, but now he knows how to use the gates of the taijutsu thing. And Naruto's pretty overpowered. Like, his power is amazing, it's exquisite. And Naruto decides to up the levels a bit and start learning more than just the first and second gate. He reads about the 6th gate he reads up to the 6th grade, and he reads all of the grades, to be honest, and he's able to reach the 6th grade by when he's 10, and it's been 2 years and he still hasn't seen Shisui since he was 8. And Naruto started asking the third Hokage what happened to Shisui. I've heard that there was an Uchiha massacre, but Shisui wouldn't be able to, but Shisui was missing even before that. I have noticed as a kid that as I have noticed after I stopped training with him, I never saw him around. And the third Hokage knew that Naruto was just gonna get suspicious and angry, so he told him Shisui died to someone else. Shisui didn't really die to someone else. Shisui killed himself, and Naruto's like, why? But why? And the third Hokage is like, I'm not sure why, but you may be able to find out if you ever meet Itachi Uchiha again. And Naruto remembers Itachi Uchiha, and he's 10 now, and he doesn't need to go to the academy. So Naruto does do some missions with let's say Kakashi, when Kakashi goes out, and Jiraiya is informed on Naruto's progress, and Naruto has 4 nature releases, and the same as Jiraiya. And Jiraiya is really impressed, so he wants to come back to the village and teach him a bit of stuff. For example, the Rasengan system. Naruto knows a lot of ninjutsu already, but this will happen in the next part. This is the end of part 1. I know this is shorter than my usual 30 to 42 minutes or 26 to 42 minutes long videos, but I want to see if you guys would like more shorter videos or longer videos. And the like goal for part 2 for this to come out is 1 like, and of course you already know, if you get 2 likes I will upload part 2 and 3. And this will be a longer series, since I'm gonna do at least like 16 to 20 minutes from only on this series. On the other series I will be making longer videos, because I will go in depth about Naruto's lifestyle, because usually I go in depth to be honest, and now I am kind of slowing that down a bit. Like, I haven't talked about any of Naruto's friends yet, because he is still friends with Shikamaru and Choji in this What If, because he still meets up with them, but and they do ask him why Naruto already has a headband and why he doesn't go to school. And Naruto's like, oh, I passed when I was 6. And Naruto, and they were really impressed and they were admiring Naruto. So he still has the same group of friends that he used to have in the original when he was like 10 or 8 or 7. I'm not sure how old he was, but I don't care, because Naruto's still Naruto. And this What If, this is the end of the What If. I'm just prolonging it, I don't know why. Maybe I do want to do 20 minutes right now, but this is the end. Take care, stay safe, please like, share, subscribe, and peace.